Good evening. Good evening, and welcome to Lazy Mini Painting. It's the magical world again, and we're back to the Shark Brothers. They're not too far off being done, pretty much. I don't think I'm going to get to do the black line thing around their eyes, which is a shame, because some of the others have had that done. It looks pretty damn good. Good evening, Ali. Good evening. See, I've already done it this time. At least one of them. And once I pinned it, I realised you told me last time to do all of them. But they should be in the description down below if you want to join the Discord or any of the other little links are down there. If you're wondering why I'm slightly weirded out, it's been very warm in England today. Very warm. Too bloody warm, in fact. I might be slightly heat delirious. Woo! That was going to be fun for this stream as well, isn't it? Volume is a bit low and you have your TV at 8. That might be because of my voice tonight. I'll move the mic a bit closer. There you go, that might help a little. But, yeah, there's been a fire in town centre of a storage unit that's gone up. Yay. And next door's been burning wood as well today. I've been helping with that one, but not with the big no, nothing to do with me, that one. So my voice is a little bit smoke damaged for now, so it might sound a bit weird. Either way, we're going to carry on. Now, last time it was everything got done as far as I can tell. I just need to agrax the cloth thing around the necks. I think that's pretty much all I have to do on these after looking at them. A couple of other places could possibly do with a bit of agrax, but that's pretty much. They're going to need a second coat either way. Good evening, Lee. Good evening. Yes, there was a fire. One controlled, one not. I'd say no, the one not's been going for a couple of days. It's not a good thing. Well, it's essentially one of them storage places where you can store your own crap. That's just a big warehouse that's been segmented up. It was one of them. So God knows what new things have been stored in there. And well, yeah, some of them will keep going boom and setting more fires. And I'm laughing because, oh, holy crap, that thing is going to take ages to actually sort out. Brave men and women there trying to put it out and sort it out, but I'm not going. But the only inconvenience it's done for me is I can't go to the gym, but I've just been given a set of free weights, so it's not actually causing any form of inconvenience to me other than the smoke that comes over. No one's actually got hurt, it's just material goods that I burnt, so yeah, the insurance will give them what is theirs, no doubt. That's why you put things in these storage places, because you want to keep them. If that crap goes wrong, it's them who's got to pay for it. So, I wonder how many people around here have all of a sudden got very, very expensive antiques in storage. Good evening, Twisted. How you doing, man? You okay? I hope you're doing alright. I hope the cats didn't get the food. Yeah, it's been ridiculously warm over here today. It's just taking sunset at the moment, but it's supposed to reach 30 degrees tomorrow, which I'm not looking forward to. I'm kind of glad I don't have to stream at that temperature. And this one's already, it's only been about 28 today. And it's already sending me nuts because I was out in it a little too much. So, God knows what 30 something's going to do to me. I don't think I'm going to be able to leave the house until after dark. Oh, Sparkles has put the kettle on. I did that thing again with my brew just before I started my stream and realised, oh, I've got no brew left. Sparkles has just put the kettle on, I can hear it. $25 so you did manage to get it into the roasted twisted, and 25 degrees, and you're gonna hit 46 degrees. Holy, I've got to check the time that I've been live. Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, no, I do know one thing. DHL are very optimistic on their delivery times, because I know they think they can get something from Kentucky to my house today, and it is now 25 minutes until 10 o'clock at night, so that leaves them less than 2.5 hours. I don't think they're going to do it. Yeah, you could cook food out in that. It's called a barbecue. Right, so that's the second coat of yellow. Well, I believe it was needed. Let that dry, then we can wash it and then move on. 26, it's just popped up now. The sun's, I believe the sun's going down. Yeah, the sun's going down now, so it's now dropped to about 22, so it's not too bad. It's getting okay out there now. It's getting nice. 1 o'clock this afternoon, not so nice. 1 o'clock this afternoon, stood next to a fire, not nice at all. It was warm, although I did get to use power tools. I got to use a reciprocating saw and didn't nearly injure myself, which is the thing I'm most proud of. Because to be quite honest, I thought I was going to do something today. Yeah, I genuinely thought it's a reciprocating saw. I'm bracing it with my foot. I'm going through my leg or something. Yeah. Thank you, Ali. Thank you. Anyone watching who doesn't get to watch the live chat, Ali is just reminding me that please hit the like and subscribe if you want to come back and see me shape pots and paint things and make things. Join the Discord if you want as well. Just pin comment at the top of the chat if you are in here. I believe I've said hello to everybody. I think I have. I do know one advantage about being so fucking hot is models dry really fucking quick. I want this watered down. I don't want it as dark as it actually is. I know that, so let's thin that out on the wet palette. And pop toothbrush again, and then we will try our best to wash the yellow bit properly and not fuck it up, which is so easy to do. This is why we have to practice, and this is why I paint twice a week. I should paint more than twice a week really if I want real progress, which is why everybody in my Discord can paint better than I can, because they practice more than I do. Makes sense really when you think about it like that, doesn't it, Sparkles? The amazing one has returned with brews. Cups of tea. Cups of tea. Right, for some reason I've managed to put my light thingy right in the middle of where the chat is. Right smack bang in the middle. So where was we up to? Lee was telling us it's 26 degrees in Liverpool. Ali was reminding people to hit the like, subscribe, and all the other nice YouTube things. If you want to leave a comment, if you're watching this after the fact, go right ahead. I do reply to them if they need replying to. Does that make sense? And yeah, Twisted Nerves painting. These cats are going absolute. Yeah, cats do go nuts for treats. It's when you're, especially when you're doing their food. If you're doing their food, they're around your legs. Or mine only moves and speaks to me when they want feeding. When she wants feeding, that's it. It's the only time she comes to me. It's the only time she does anything to me. Sadly, Ali, I do not have biscuits. I do not have biscuits. I'm not feeling particular because of the I'm not feeling particularly hungry. I have eaten both lunch and dinner, well, tea. I almost called it dinner then. I would have had to slap myself. So I've had dinner and tea. So I've eaten, but not feeling in the mood for biscuits right now. When it cools down, however, probably after the stream, chances are I'll make another cup of tea, and that one will probably get some shortbreads dunked in it, I think. The only other reason she doesn't really come to me is because I don't sit in the places where she can come and sit on my lap. So she doesn't bother with me for that. Sparkles, on the other hand, can't sit down anywhere. Nowhere. Even now. Not long after Sparkles sat down to put cups of tea down, the cat straight away on her knee. And she's not even sat in a position where it will even be comfortable to sit on her knee. No, the cat's still just sprawled across. I do need to go get that cup of tea though. Hot cup. I've also figured out if I zoom the camera in this one, you don't actually get to see as much of my messy desk. I mean, you still see quite a lot of it. Like that rubber hose thing that I was supposed to throw away because it's rubber. I can go there for now. Right. That's No, I quite like the dirtied up effect on that because it wouldn't be maintained clean. Even though it is a uniform, these are still adventurers when they need to be. So, as we already know, one's a battle master, one's a champion. We just need to roll up stats and give them names now. Or do customised. I think customised. As soon as they are nicely now finished. I don't know the rest of the words to that song, Ali, so I can't do karaoke. I don't think I would even want to try it tonight. Maybe, but I think it'll kill my throat. I don't think I'll be talking tomorrow, put it that way. Everything will be through text or some kind of other communication. Which would get really fucking annoying really fucking quick. Alright, so luckily I have the Player's Handbook for Dungeons and Dragons. Good evening, Dan. Good evening. Yeah, we're painting. Well, I finished painting sharks tonight. Very early on, very quickly. But now I've got to make character sheet things for them. I'm going to need Sparkle's help for this because can you remember how we did the stats for Sparkles? And did we start with the 15, 14, 13, 12, 10 or do we roll?
I don't remember, sorry.
Okay. Do you know where that book is?
Yeah.
Yay! This is why I have. This is why you give shit to Sparkles, because then you find it again. Right, so where was we? You got a desktop, dude? Oh shit! You gotta come up. You gotta come up and tell me about this shit. How old is it? Has it got a floppy? I bet it's got a floppy drive, hasn't it? Somebody give you? I don't trust it. What is it? If both manage to get an 18 in wisdom, and one of them's managed to get 16 in con as well. Sparkles is the life domain cleric. So yeah, 14 strength, 14 con, and an 18 wisdom. Oh, she's at level 7, that's why. So she'd be able to put the... Yeah. Right, okay. You robbed the Smithsonian. No, you gotta rob the Smithsonian, you would have got a better PC than that. Go on, let me geek out. You joining me to tell me about your new shiny PC that's like 40 times better than mine. Go on, tell me about it. And then you're gonna say you've got like 8 gig of RAM, and I'm just gonna go, yeah, you need to upgrade to 32 gig. Please say you have 32 gig of RAM in there and at least some decent graphics. And if you've not got an i7 or I think is it the Ryzen 7 or the Ryzen 9. You have a nice nightly. Thank you for coming in, mate. Yeah, please say you've got a Ryzen 9 in it. Or a i7 or an i9. i9s might be a bit, you don't really need it, but definitely an i7. No worries, man. You message me. Because yeah, I've got a character to build. I've got 2 characters to build. I've got Shark A and Shark B. And I have no writing implements. Oh yes, I do. I have a big multicolored pen. Awesome.
I've
So.
remembered. I chose
The what?
the stats. started out with like basic numbers and you made them choose.
Right, so we started with the 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, and then moved up from there. Okay, so Dan drives straight. It's all straight roads, will be fine. The most dangerous thing is Dan. Well, at least not drinking and shooting out the window. We're all right. See, we still don't know what Storm or Gris are. They've got to at least be semi-spellcasters. So, sorcerer, warlock, something that uses a staff. And could go other form of druid. I go like a tempest druid. Because what is... Yeah, Oak is Circle of the Land druid. So you could go other forms of druid. But we'll have to shout 1 and shout 2. So, shout 1. Strength. What order do these things fucking go in again? Oh yeah. Dex. Constitution. Intelligence, Wisdom, Charisma. Oh, good evening, BK. Good evening. We're doing stats for characters. And purple one doesn't work. Of course it doesn't. Let's try the blue one. Sharp 2. And yeah, his strength, Dex, Con, Intelligence, Wisdom, Charisma. Right. They're both fighters, so strength's going to be a important factor. They are sharks, so I'm not sure what they might get racially. Do I know where my shark book is? They're definitely going to get swim speed equal to their walking speed. In fact, they might even get one greater than their walking speed. Because their walking speed is 30. A wizard. Do we have a wizard? No, we do not have a wizard. Which one's a wizard? Which one for the wizard though, Ali? Gris or Storm? Right, I need the monster manual as well. I want a shark. I just fucking know where I'm going to find a shark. Let's go look. It just isn't a shark. Shadow, Shadow Demon, Shadow Dragon, Shambling Mound, Shield Guardian, Shrieker. No. There's just no... Is it under just... like, normal animals or something? Or... These are pre-built for certain things. Which I don't particularly like. We do have some pre-built for animals. Reef Shark, there we go. At least one kind of shark. Any other type of shark? Hunter shark. So that's... So it has got slightly faster swim speed. Don't leave the oven open. So a hunter shark seems to have a... Right, so Standard wisdom, not as intelligent. Certainly not charismatic. I could, using the standard stats though, I could change that. So how have they done it? Basically, strength and constitution. So give the natural bonuses to strength and constitution. In this case, so it's a natural +2 to strength, +1 to con. So they're both going to get that, being the same. Oh no, they're not the same, are they? So I'll reverse it for this one, and it's +2 to con, +1 to strength. Not that it's going to make any difference because they've got 15 and a 14. So guess where they're going? They're going to end up with 16 strength. So 16 strength, 16 constitution, 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 8. Well, the 8's it's how integral certain stats are to certain character builds. So we need Battle Master and Champion. Oh, Champion. Do any of them require... I think the Battle Master uses some kind of... tricks, or... There we go. And it uses either strength or dex, so that's fine. And champion. Okay. No, that seems pretty basic. Fighting style. Champion's going to have to go great weapon fighting. And go great weapon. Battle Master. That one is a... I'm tempted to go 2 weapon fighting. So 1 great weapon, 1 2 weapon. But they have harpoon whip things. So 1 isn't a great weapon and 1 isn't 2 weapons. Just to allow them to change. Yeah, 1's going to get 2 weapon fighting, 1's going to get great weapon fighting, but they're both proficient in the harpoon dart. The population of your cats are going to double, did you say, Twisted? That's awesome. That means we might have a chance of getting one. Yeah, right. Right, so Shark 1 is going to be the champion. Just for argument's sake, because he's going to need great weapon fighting. 2, which is the Battlemaster. Don't know which one's which yet. Gets the 2 weapon fighting. Okay. Well, that's that done. So, in this case, right, for the rest of the stats. So the 14 is going to have to go into the Constitution, so we'll put the 14 in there. That makes that a 16. And if we do the same with the 15 in there, that also makes that a 16. So 15, so I've got a 13, a 12, 10, and an 8. And we've come to the conclusion that 8 is probably their intelligence on both of them because of the type of thing they are. So they're not the most intelligent, but they are good at what they do. Again, do the other way around for this one. The 14 and 15 in there to make them both 16. So 12, the 13, a 12, and a 10. So 2 of them at least give a +1 bonus. So we'll put 13 in Dex for him. 12, 10. But for the champion, he's going to have 12, 13 again in the Dex, but he's only going to have 10 in the Wisdom. He's the slightly more charismatic one out of the 2. Oh, that would be awesome. That's pretty much the basics then. Apart from what weapons going to have. So they've both got 16 strength, so they can easily wear. They can both get away with chainmail, which they do kind of have. So both of them have. Do only some of the bloody things work on this? Chainmail. And they can either have a martial weapon shield or 2 martial weapons. I believe they will go with 2 martial weapons. Nobody's going to go look for fucking martial weapons now. Oh no, we don't. I should be able to go with. I hope. Have an app. It's going to be backwards on my fucking screen, I know. But I can still look at items. This idea. So I want item type. Sorry, D. I'm busy, man. Dude, I'm busy. So weapon. Weapon category martial. It's find items. Okay. That's a lot. Flail? No, they wouldn't classify as a flail, would they? And I get 2 martial weapons. not sure. I've seen these whips, these flails, glaives. No, see, nothing quite. No, bludgeoning. Whip. I could do a whip style. Do a blade whip. Let's see if there's anything under special weapons first before I fuck up. Martial item. No, it's just martial. It needs to be in melee. Yeah, the closest thing is a whip. 1d4 slashing, finesse, and reach. Really, I want to change that to either slashing or piercing, because they could swing it or launch it at you, and it's got the hook at the other end. Yeah, I know. I watched EB's video as well, and every time it came to him cutting a model out, I was having a heart attack. I can't take this. No. Go back to the other bit. Go back to the other bit. Learn about the Space Marines. Learn about the Space Marines. Don't cut that model out anymore. And he did all three. He cut out all three. Fucking knife. We need to send him a pair of snips. Twisted. It'll probably be easier for you, just because you live in the same country. If you would be so kind, could you get EB, even if it's just a pair of your old, just a functional pair of your old snips, please just send him a pair, please. Yeah, I was bad. I mean, I'm bad. There's a reason I can't have power tools, but me, man, yeah, that's. So what is it then? It's essentially a dagger, rope, hook. So is it a harpoon? Should it count as a harpoon? Can I have a harpoon? Ah, crap, I exited it. There we go. Weapon. It's going to ask me to go for ranged, isn't it? No, I can't have a harpoon. No, no harpoons. The closest thing I'm going to get is the rope hook dagger, which I'm going to classify as dagger and Sigmar as two. No, because they're simple weapons. It's got to be a martial weapon. Oh, for crying out loud. Why do they have to make it so difficult just because I want to make a custom character? Flail mixed with a dagger. No. Flail for the hook. Mixed with a... It can't be anything too big. But it's got to be a... A scimitar? Scimitar and flail kind of together? Is it the Morning Star that I'm thinking of then? That's... No, the Morning Star's essentially a mace but with spikes, isn't it? Look off adverts. I thought I paid for that one. Yes, I do sometimes pay for things. Apps if I use them. And I use this one quite a lot for D&D items. Unless I go with, use it like the Dwarven Thrower. And do it 1d8 either piercing or slashing. And can be thrown for 10 to 20 feet. So. Shark Thrower. One D8 slashing slash. How do you spell? I've just been looking at it. I can't even fucking remember how to do it. Piercing. Blowgun, that's got to be piercing, yeah. Pie. Sing. Yeah, pie arsing. And then throw 10 to 20. So it's only got a short range for the throw. So it's only got a very short range for the throw. So 2 squares ish. But that's only one martial weapon. So now the champion who's going to prove critical is going to want something 2-handed. He's going to want battle axe. Ooh. Yeah, he's going to go for a maul. Oh no. Yeah, champion going for a maul. I do like my hammers, or variants of. And this is very bludgeoning. Very, very bludgeoning weapon. The other one is going to go for a longsword because it's versatile. So the one with 2 weapon fighting is. Why are my pens running out of ink? Why are my pens running out of ink? Well, I think a longsword. He's versatile, so he could use it 2-handed if he wished. And asterisk everything now on for black to be blue. Alright, so that's some of the weapons. They both get 2 hand axes. What else do they get? And Explorer pack for both. Okay, so at the beginning of the fighter step, it tells what happens. So first level, choose fighting styles, you get second wind. At second level, you get action surge, awesome. Third level, choose our martial archetype, which is the champion and the battle master. Fourth level, we get an ability score improvement. Oh, you have 2 ability score improvements. You're on at 6 as well. And 1 at 8. Oh, that is nice. So 2 ability score improvements. Do I push 2 to 18, so they both got 18 on strength and 18 on constitution? Or do I choose one of them and push it to 20? That's a difficult one. It is an old pen. It is an old pen. You can kind of have something, because as long as you play within the rules ish, you can make whatever you want. So the shark thrower, which I've made, is kind of a variant on the dwarven thrower. It's just used by sharks. And rather than doing, rather than doing bludgeoning damage, which the dwarven thrower would do because it's a hammer, this one can either do piercing or slashing damage depending which end they throw at you. So they kind of have a bit of a choice, and they'll just stab you with it in close combat if you get too close. So that's a good point. Camera uses 2 one-handed weapons. Two one-handed weapons. That might be a really good idea. I felt that is a good idea. So I'd have to do all the stat sheets for. It would be easier to start with the cats, because I could put that in there, put a link to the thingy of the cats, and then people could. Hester's taken. That's Sparkles' character. But the other cats, they all have stats, so they already have pre-built stat sheets. So yeah, that might be a better idea to start with, because if I'm going to try and do anything, I want people to get used to how to kind of read a stat sheet. That might be a better way. But some of this is just jotting. It will all eventually go into here in a very untidy format, jotted down again. Then this will all get rubbed out and Sparkles will do it all nice and neat. Them ones I might put in. So what do we do? Do we... Right, the champion... How's the champion fight again? Champion's all about the strength. All about the strength. He does just get improved critical. At 7th level he'll benefit from having a little bit more constitution. Whereas the Battle Master could probably do with just all out going strength. Because that's what determines your saving throws on your maneuvers. So in that case, he's going to a full 20 strength. However, he's going 18 strength, 18 con. Because he gets to add his proficiency from Remarkable Athlete at level 7, he gets to add stuff too. Well, they come as stat sheets, so it's not just stats that were taken into consideration. Okay, let's put this on screen. So, each martial archetype will prefer, in this case for the two fighters, different things for you to choose and how to build the stats. So the champion, although it does like strength, especially having an improved critical and using a two-handed weapon, with the Remarkable Athlete getting to add his proficiency bonus rounded up a half when he does any checks for strength, dexterity or constitution, he benefits a little bit more having his strength and constitution split round, so an upgrade on strength and an upgrade on constitution. The Battle Master, although it's not spells, it works in the same kind of way. You work it out by starting with 8, adding whatever a proficiency bonus is that you're at, which in this case at level 7 they will be at +3, and then whatever your strength bonus is, which in this case, because he's a full 20 strength, is a +5, so that becomes a 16 that they have to reach to be able to your thing to not have an effect on it. And then you've got all the maneuvers that I will have to choose however many. At 3rd level, you learn maneuvers that are fueled by special dice called Superiority Device. Superiority Device? So for the Battle Master, yeah, we have Superiority Dice. We learn 3 maneuvers of our choice from the table in a minute, and then we'll learn an additional 2 at level 7, which we will be at. We will have a total of 5 Superiority Dice to use, and you regain them after a short or long rest. So we've got 5 of these little tricks and maneuvers to do. Now he is a bouncer. So things like menacing attack, maneuvering attack, pushing attack, lunging attack, and even disarming attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that'll give him 5 maneuvers. I could do in the Discord if it was to say in the disc if we can. You'd need a copy of the Player's Handbook first of all, and not everybody has one, unfortunately. I wish they did, but they don't. But it is, yeah. I can put this up in the basic things up in Discord as photos like this, and people can add and put notes to if they wish to, especially regarding maneuvers, starting spells, cantrips, things like that where necessary, but you would need obviously the relevant reading material to be able to do it. Now we have a champion and a battle master that are kitted out, but we have 2 characters that are not kitted out at all. One has been given at least an idea of what to do as a character, which is Librarian as a character, Wizard. Would you like either one of these as wizards? Either Storm or Gris? Gris to be a wizard?
Yeah. Looks more like a wizard to me.
Okay, we've got a lot of fucking work to do, people. Gris is a level 7 wizard. He's got Fireball. Run, fight. Gris. Gris is a wizard. For those of you who don't know who Gris is, Gris is this incredibly cutesy little shark boy. So we seem to be doing all 3 sharks tonight. Now that they've been painted. They still need to be based, which is why they're not going to the finished model thing yet, because the bases aren't ready. But we do now get to go look up a wizard. And that's a whole different kettle of fish. He's a smaller shark than them two, isn't he? So what was the other shark? I can't remember. Because the first one was quite blatantly strength and constitution. Yeah, big one. Giant fire beetle, giant frog, giant fucking everything else but what I'm looking for. Oh no, there is a giant shark. Wow, that does get a big boosting. Yeah, I definitely chose right to give that strength and constitution. So where was it? It was at the hammerhead? No, what the hammerhead shark? It was the... Oh, what bloody shark was it called? Reef shark, there we go. So it still goes strength and con, so... But it goes less on strength and less on con, because it's a smaller shark. So because I can change things... Yeah, you shouldn't be gobbling at this point. So strength, dex, con, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Alright, wizards. At level 2 you choose your arcane traditions. Right, so what are the arcane traditions for a wizard? There will be your schools. These are your schools. So, School of Abjuration emphasizes magic that blocks, banishes and protects. Do we get any special? No spells? No? Nothing? Okay. We also get the School of Conjuration. As a conjurer, you favour spells that produce objects and creatures out of thin air. You can conjure billowing clouds of killing fog and summon creatures from elsewhere to fight on your behalf. Doesn't sound too bad to have a bit of a summoner. School of Divination. The Council of a Diviner is sought by royalty and commoners alike, for all seek the clearer understanding of the past, present and future. So, right, each one will give you a reduction of copying those spells into your spell book. Oh, and certain ones allow you to do certain things. So conjuring Savant at second level. The golden time is the same, yeah, with halved. Minor conjuration starting at second level. When you select this school, you can use your action to conjure up an inanimate object in your hand and on the ground in an occupied space within 10 feet of you. 6 if you're a conjuration. Starting at 6th level, you can use your attack to teleport up to 30 feet, or use your action to teleport to 30 feet to an unoccupied space so you can teleport. That's not bad. And by the time you get to 10th level, your concentration can't be broken if you're on a conjurer. So conjuration summoning crap, that sounds quite alright. Manipulating time and shit, that sounds alright as well. Well, at least getting spell slots back, that's always good. School of Enchantment, Beguilement, and it's all about charming things. I'm not a big fan of charming things. I don't think he's a charmer. Conjurer, maybe. Don't think he's a diviner. School of Evocation. So that's the elemental one. What else is there? There is illusion. Necromancy. School of Transmutation, which is turning stuff into other stuff. And you get to make a little special stone. That's not bad. And you get the polymorph spell. Ooh, that's a nice spell. And you can get polymorph anyway. It really depends on what spells I can take as little Gris. I'm slightly tempted. So I'm thinking transmutation for Gris, because I would like to make Storm a warlock, I think. So Gris is going to be a wizard. Transmutation, one of that. But Storm is going to be a sorcerer. Or sorceress. So she's going to want charisma. And it's not going to be raw magic. It is going to be of draconic origin. Why is it not giving me draconic origin? Ah, yeah, draconic bloodline. Why was it not mentioning it there? Okay, sorcerer's origin. In this case, creating a sorcerer. Yeah, sorcerer's origin. Draconic bloodline. will be the way we go. So this is Storm. I will have to do Cyclone as well, won't I? Not doing much painting tonight. Storm is Draconic Sorceress. Okay, helps if I can spell. O-U-S. Strength. Dex. God. Intelligence. Wisdom. Charisma. What the fuck's an axolotl gonna have for his plus stats? Because we already know Grissy's. I'm going to split Grissy slightly. Strength, Constitution, and Intelligence as a +1 each. As a slightly different shark than the other two big ones, but as a shark's nature, it gets plus. It's still Strength and Constitution. But what about an axolotl? Well, they are cute. And they are quite tough. So I don't feel too bad. She'll win a +2 on Charisma, a +1 on Con. Not really going to go Con for the 15. Oh, they might. But they can balance that out because they are going to get a level up, at least one ability score improvement, so they can balance out a couple of odd ones. So was it 15's going in Intelligence. $14 in Dex. 13 in Con. It's a 12, a 10, and an 8. Fuck. But the 8 in Strength because he's a wizard. 12 in Wisdom, 10 in Charisma. Right. And he's got to get another one of them, so he's going to get another +2 to his Intelligence. So I'll put that 17 out. So that makes that 18 for his Intelligence. 14 for Con, 14 for Dex, 9 for Strength, 12 for Wisdom, and 10 for Charisma. That was nice and easy. Right. 15, 14, 13, 12. Now he's going to put the 15 in Charisma. 14 in Dex. $13 in Constitution. 12 in Wisdom. 10 in Intelligence. 8 in Strength. And then a +2. Oh no, because I can spread them now, can't I? No, I'm still going to get a +2, so I'll pull that up to 19. $12, 10, 14, 14, and 8. So we're now having stats. Oh no, don't waste any of the turkey. The giblets and all the bits. Cats will love them. Do not waste any. You are correct. They're both getting an arcane focus. Which is the staff that they carry in the hand. They both also get 2 daggers. And they can either have an explorer's pack. Any simple weapon or a light crossbow and 20 bolts. None of them seem to have anything that looks like it could be a crossbow. But then again, they don't look like they've got, what is it, a maul or a longsword. So I suppose that matters. They both already have 2 daggers, so it would be a shame to give them those. But they can only choose from the simple weapon list. And simple weapons aren't that good. But they don't need to be great. If a quarterstaff counts, then they can bonk them on the head with the sticks. That'll do. Quarterstaffs are quite not too bad, actually. I just need to know if it classifies as a simple weapon. Club, dagger, dart, great club, hand axe, javelin. Quarterstaff. So they both get quarterstaff as well. With the arcane focus on top. Right, now God knows what I've got to bloody do now with the sorcerers, because they will have so many sorcery points and things like that. They'll have a list of cantrips known and a list of sorcery points. So 7th level is 7 sorcery points. And you get meta magic. What the fuck is meta magic? And 3rd, your ability to twist your spells. And you'll have 2. So you'll have 2 meta magics. So quicken spell and twin spell. That makes sense. And it's 1 sorcery point if it's a cantrip. Awesome. Because I have Draconic Bloodline origin. 1st level, you choose an ancestor. Well, she's quite pinky. So is there anything that's pink? Not really. really I want it to be. I'm gonna go fairy dragon type. Even though it's made up. And so we're gonna have. Is it lightning? Yeah. As their preferred element. Granted, fire would have been better and overall more useful, but still. So he's just picking out all the spells now. And that's the pain in the ass bit. I'll have to really look through the... Where is the spell list? It's right at the back, I know it is, and it's ridiculous, it's stupid. It's in alphabetical order, but they list it in characters. So even though some characters can take the same type of thing, they list it awkwardly, so you can't navigate it very easily. So sorcerer's spells and wizard spells, wizard spells is fucking huge. Okay, let's go back and find out how many they know of each. So level 7. It is 5 cantrips, 8 spells, up to 4th level. And this is 8 spells. Up to 4th level, but only 1 slot out of 4th level. So it doesn't make sense to go all out of 4th level if you won't be able to fucking cast most of them. I'm hoping the cantrips will be able to take care of that. So 7th level and there were no 4 cantrips. And if we go off the how do you gain spells? I forgot about that bit. Equal to your intelligence modifier plus your wizard level. So intelligence is +4 plus 7, so that's 11 spells. Ooh. So 11 spells for the wizard and 8 spells for the sorcerer. You do have some nice spells all the way up to 4th. You do get Banishment, Blight, Dimension Door, Greater Invisibility. You do get some nice ones at 4th level, but you've only got one level 4th level spell slot, so that's not good. Most of your stuff's going to be going through 2nd and 3rd level. So the sorcerer wants to really be. So 3rd level Lightning Bolt, that's a good one to take. Thunder Wave. So that's at least 2. Easily to go with what the sorceress would want to do. There are also a lot of other ones. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to look through this off camera. Right, let's put this away now. We have got a lot of character stuff done. And leaving just yeah, 2 names to do so far, which is about to turn into 3. Because now those 2 are finished, they get to go in the circle bit. I'm happy with my McDonald's workers. They're not McDonald's workers, but yeah, the colour scheme is. So let's start on the next one, shall we? Who shall we start with? Now we have one that is quite obviously going to be a sword and shield paladin or fighter. And what looks to be a panda sat on a log with a big bag of stuff, which I'm going to say is a merchant, but he's going to have a stat sheet as well, so that's going to be fun. I'm feeling a bit paladin-y. Seeing as we're in a fightery mood tonight, I'm feeling a bit paladin-y. I got enough to bugger all done tonight, Ali. It's been an hour and a half and I've written down some numbers. Oh, that's not good. But thank you for at least trying to motivate me. And that's going to help how I'm going to get through starting this lovely little paladin goat that I don't know is male or female, but has a hood and a cloak and shoulder pads and armour. I want to paint some proper armour. None of this little scale mail with uniform crap. I want proper armour. Where's my lead belcher? Pardon me for being a real belcher. Where's my lead belcher? They are pretty cute, I've got to admit. I'm looking forward to being able to use them. Which is why I want them to be reasonably bright and vibrant, and especially against some board things. Because this camera can do quite a lot if I was to really zoom it out and fit the board in properly. I could actually move it about and use it correctly. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a ram or... It's got horns, and it's wearing armour, and it's got a great big looking shield that it can block stuff and then smack you with. So yeah, I like it as well. Luckily I'm managing to write off a few of the print errors as concealable blemishes. For instance, on the sharks that I've just finished, one of them has a printing error on the chin. I can write it kind of off as a barnacle, which isn't too bad. But as a group, yeah, they're absolutely adorable. I just wish I had the STL files and some way of printing them off myself. But that is why I bought them, because, well, Sparkles thought they were absolutely adorable. The cats were one thing, and they've got their own special set of rules, and they've even got a little campaign, well, not a campaign, but a guide to how to run a game with them. These I can kind of run a more of a standard D&D campaign. See, what's that? Is that another support that I've just painted? And yeah, fuck's sake. Why am I having to clear out? proper bloody. I mean, there's not even small supports. There we go. Well, goat, sheep, rams, they're all kind of from the same family. But yeah, the horn positioning and shaping does play a big role into which one's which. So I think this is goat. I might be wrong though. I just know it's going to be quick to do the silver and then take me fucking ages to do the cloak. And then I've got to think about how fancy I want the shield. Shield, paladin. Gotta be fancy, ain't it? Some of them, but those two pieces that I've just broke out of there were quite obviously supports. So yeah, that wasn't good. Alright, see, I've used most colours. Most. Even though the armour's silver, I think I know what I'm going to do with that. Where's the other one though? Where's the other one? Where's the other one? Fine. I'll just go with alien purple straight off the bat then. So I'll make a decision on which shark is which fighter. That might help with names. One of them is a little bit lighter of colour. Way too much paint on my brush there. Way too high up and not good enough paint. So I do want these to be quite bright and vibrant in a nice cartoony way. So as much as I'll try and get some of the skin tones right, the clothes that they wear and the things that are on them are allowed to be cartoon bright. So we go with a nice bright purple and gold shield, I think. And hopefully we'll be okay there. I did purple first because it's the lower of the two colours. Then when I come back over it with the gold to do it over the top, hopefully it should cover easier. Either that or I'm not learning about colours and paints and it's not going to work. One of the two. It can't be both. So this is a more of a lawkeeper paladin. So I don't know the different types of paladins off the top of my head. So we may have to go looking in a minute. But does not have a name either. So it's going to be 2 fighters and a paladin with no name. There once was an orc that had no name. The boss shouted at him and said, "Boy, come here." He didn't know what to do, so he ran away. And then they hunted him across the sands, and he went, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. The heat got to me today, people. So, yeah, fuck off. Yeah, you see, yeah, that's why I think you should keep some more lines. You can make them look like part of the model. And I could have sanded that thing down when I spotted it, but I thought, nah, fuck that. But that's just because I'm lazy. If I wasn't lazy, I would have actually done it, but effort. What? You want more Arkeoke? Come check the stream on Monday. Ah, shit. I've said that now, haven't I? Okay. Okay. You've got to think of... I can't do every song. But if I think I could do it, yeah, fuck it, why not? I'll give it a go. I'll try Arkeoke on Monday. Arkeoke is talking at an orc and he's singing songs, right? That simple. Even orc understand. Fucking snotling understand that. Crocs get it. Orcs get it. Boss likes it. Not as much as I fight though. Not as much as I fight now. Nothing beats a good fight. Except for the war. Yeah, pass grog. Keep it all to yourself. I am skint, you know. You've got teeth. So pass here. Gold patients do what it's supposed to have. And smash it, crumpets and stuff. Hey, boss, I've got all that stuff you wanted. Who's you? Twats the grot. Ah! Runs away. Okie dokie, Ali. Thank you for coming to join us. You have a nice night. Sleep well, if you can in this heat. It's only going to get warmer tomorrow. I am painting a thing on a stoop. I don't know what it is. Oh no, I'm not. I'm painting a paladin with purple gold shoes. And I do know what this one is. It's a goat. I was not that dumb. Well, sometimes I am, but not on this bit. Leave B keys on Battlefield or editing. He'll only have me low in background and won't even realise that I'm talking to him if we have talked to him half the time unless we shout, "Oi, Beaky!" And then he might crap up, but then I can't shout that too loud because it's late at night around here. That's why I can't do the wah voice too much. Certainly can't do a full wah. I can do a wah, but that's about it. People can play down loud most of the time anyway, so. Oh, it's got a little heart in the middle of the shield. I didn't know that. It's amazing what happens when you paint shit in it. You notice stuff you didn't even know were there. So I'm going to want ivory for the face and I'm going to want a light brown for the horns. Or do I want to go light, dark brown then? Okay, decisions. Okay, them. Alright, we're going to go with a bit of Ryan Oxide first. And then mix up through Baneblade Brown. Why do I have such a problem with that colour? See, when I saw that dwarf, even though you've done it with a ginger hair and beard, I've met Captain Baptin, and as soon as I saw it, that is who I saw. That is all I can see when I look at that model. That is all I see now. Is I see Captain Baptin. That's it. I mean, the hair colour's wrong because he's very much more grey blonde, but everything else about it is just. I mean, don't get me wrong, the guy's fucking huge. He ain't no dwarf. When he gave me a hug, if it wasn't for the fact that he didn't feel threatened in any way, shape or form because he could pick me up and just throw me across the road. Yeah, it was. When he hugged me, And that was the first time my ribs and back cracked in decades. And he's not cracked since. He's a big fella, but that dwarf just looks just fucking like him. It does, it really does. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, please go check out in Discord. Twisted has been painting up a dwarf, practicing some techniques. He's done a fantastic job as normal, and it looks just like Captain Baptin but with a ginger. So if you've got any more to paint, do them more blondie grey. See if you can give him a bottle of Bushmills or something. See, I haven't got the patience for glazing. You see how I'm whizzing through this fucking model. Oh, those are ears that are sticking right. Okay. They're on the inside of the hood and those are ears. I get it. Just make sure he looks pissed like that other one, and he'd be fine. Not saying Captain looks pissed all the time. It's just that just looks looking like him. That'd be pretty cool model. I think he'll buzz off that. If I get a chance to, I'll send it to him separately. If he doesn't get a chance to see it. There's no reason he shouldn't get a chance to see it. You can quite happily join my Discord. He just doesn't. Quite a few of my friends just don't join my Discord. You know what, Calm and Ramrod in there. Ramrod's a moderator. I've got his wedding in a couple of weeks. I have a fucking idea what I'm wearing. Yeah, sorry, his wedding in a couple of weeks, and I know what, obviously, my wedding in the future. But look at this, this is giving me and Sparkle a bit of a trial run to find out what the evening do is going to be like at our own wedding, because it's the same place. I just need to find out what the sword's going to be like. That's all I want to find out. What is the sword like? Right, go away a bit. Yeah. Oh, no, wrong way. Okay, that's a little bit better. It's a little bit grainier, but I can. It's zoomed in. So you can actually see what I'm painting rather than just guessing. Coming in with gold behind the shield, with that being the purple inlay on the front. A tiny bit of brown top and bottom just to help shade the face. What do I do? It's got to be an ivory. It's got to be an off-white. It's got to be an off-white. It can't be. Well, it could. It could be one of these. That's not too bad. Let's put a bit of this on here. I will be back with the model and what the model is. There. Well, I've got a bit on my brush. I'm going to try. Obviously, I want the face to be quite light in certain areas, and even lighter in other areas. So when I come back over this in a moment with a tiny bit of ivory, I can sort it out, but I do also want a slight dry brush of it. If I can. That's just making it wet, that's not good. That's the wrong fucking paint. There is a piece of card. I knew I had a piece of card somewhere. And I've been going for another 2 hours. There you go. That's a better way of. It's not exactly a dry brush, so I think just want to raise up the top edges a little. I can still go in and wash it afterwards, which is nice. So hopefully that's gonna lighten up there for. We do have to revise the guest list, which means I do have to speak to the EB as well, just so I can make sure, like, dude, when are you over here? Because if it's overlapping with then, and you're gonna be coming to Manchester, then the overlap's fine. I just need to know if I'm putting you on the guest list or not. Pretty much how that one's going to go. But we do have to revise our guest list. One or two confirmations are needed, so I need confirmation from Graham, because if Graham's not able to make it, I have to make arrangements for Dave, and I have to make arrangements for Dave because he's bringing camera and photography equipment. So that's definitely I needed. Yeah, so I need that one to happen. That one can't not happen. So very lightly now with Ivory, trying to go over basically the highest edges that I want. Around the snout and the very tops of the horns. So we have a nice face-ish. Now we need white. Do we want white? Yes, because goats have them weird fucking square eyes, don't they? In fact, I could probably get away with Ivory. I'm going to use Ivory just because I think I can get away with that, and I prefer it for the coverage. I've got no idea what I'm going to do with some of the guests on the guest list at the moment. I'm in a weird situation where I don't think some of the guests are going to actually come, but I can't not invite them if people understand. And then there's some people that I want to come, and it's just going to be difficult in general to get them there. So, right, right, that's looking more goat-like. Davey's not in Manchester, Dave's in York. But that also means you get to do Graham. Because that's what I did. I met up with Graham. And then happened to meet up with Graham. Just assumed I wanted to meet Dave while I was there, so it kind of took us over. Which was nice of him, we didn't have to, but yeah. Then him and his son went off and did the things that they had planned, and me and Sparkles went on and did the things that we had planned. How far a drive is York from me? If you're driving, I don't drive, so I don't know. Let's go and ask Google Maps. So I'll just do Manchester to York. I'm not going to do my actual address. Manchester to York by car. It should take you about an hour and a half, an hour and 30 minutes, give or take, in light traffic, depending which route you go. So it's saying, yeah, get out of the city centre. Get the fuck out of the city centre. Join at junction 16, slip onto the slip road for the M62, M60, M66 towards Bury, Leeds, Oldham, Ring Road North. And then, yeah, pretty much motorways there onwards. So most of it's going to be getting out of the city centre. If I was to actually move that. No, I'll move. I actually want to put that A thing at my house. How do you remove these things? No, I don't want to do that. Right, if you go to my house, it's a little bit quicker. By about 10-20 minutes. I expect, in fairness, the train's about the same. It's about an hour and 15, hour and 20 from the city centre. Direct from Victoria through to York. So that's usually how me and Sparkles go. But obviously then we've got to go from city centre to our house, which has more time. But yeah, an hour and a half. So an hour and 30 minutes-ish. And I'm even going to say that's in moderate traffic going from my house. Which is annoying because I've got to go away from York. Not by much, obviously, because I'm still within... I'm not far from the city centre, really. In comparable terms for others. But I've got to go further away from York just to get a train to go back towards it. It's fucking annoying. It's not a bad ride, in fairness. On the train, it's not too bad. It's just the waiting around for trains and stuff that does my head in. Especially because every time we seem to... The train from York going back to Manchester is the Manchester Airport train. So it's not the nicest of trains to be trying to get sometimes. Because there are people... I said the Manchester Airport or the Liverpool Lime Street. So it's people that are going to Manchester Airport or Liverpool. So it's usually quite hectic, to say the least. Where have my manga pens gone? Oh, I've lost them. I barely even fucking used them. And I've lost my manga pens already. The fuck have I put them? Oh well, let's pick a colour for hood. Let's pick a colour for hood. Although it is getting a bit late now. I mean, our public transport, it should be alright, but it's not the best. The amount of cancellations and things, it's just... this train's running late, that train's running early, so you end up missing fucking both of them. It's rather frustrating. I'm not sure what to do on the cloak. I've got a cloak and a crotch strap. Pretty much to do. Find a pen, do the eyes. Pardon me. Now the cloak does also entail the hood as well. This is a tough one. So yeah, it's weird because just to go. So for me to get what is relatively close in American terms, is actually would take me a lot longer than it would for you to travel the same distance. If you get what I mean, it's weird. It is fucking bizarre. Which is why we measure we measure how long it gets to places differently and things. It's how many miles is it? Because it doesn't really matter how speed variance and stuff like that is. It's odd. But it's my own little country and it's weird and I like it. See, I could go for an all black cape. I do have some red, but I don't have a lot of red. I'm thinking I go with red for the cloak. Yeah, I think I'll go with red for the cloak. So I could see where that could be with this area. It was not long ago, it was pretty rural for a suburb, and Minnesota is mostly rural state, with America being so auto-oriented, it has taken up. Yeah, and everything's spaced out, so cars just made more sense. Whereas over here, with us all being all clogged up on top of each other, as soon as you put a little bit of space between, it's like, no, we just fill that with a train or a bus or as I said, getting back from Wakefield back to Manchester when I didn't realise the trains were on strike, or at least on strike in certain areas of Yorkshire, it was easy enough just to find other forms of public transport and come back. Obviously staying in touch with Sparkles along the way to let her know what's going on, because it did take me longer. I mean, good hour plus of it was spent just sat on a bus going to Leeds. Well, that's because it, pardon me, that's because it went all around the houses and it wasn't a direct, okay, we're going to take you from this place to this place in one foul swoop. No, we're going down this street to pick up people that were, and this street we're stopping off at this place on the way and this place on the way, and no such thing as a straight journey, especially not on buses. Like I can get from my house to the Trafford Centre in half an hour in a car. It'll take you another half an hour just to bloody park. But if it was to take the bus, I'm looking at about a 2.5 hour journey. Just because of the route I'd have to take. Going into Manchester, then whether it be the tram or the bus coming out. The tram would probably be quicker, but you could still opt for the bus. It's a long journey. But the Trafford Centre is probably the closest thing we've got to one of your American style mega malls. You know, where everything's in there. There's entertainment, there's clothes, you can go do pretty much everything that you'd want to do on a shopping day trip out thing. I mean, you have a miniature SeaWorld there, for Christ's sakes. And a mini Legoland, and the bars and the cinemas and the clothing shops, and there used to be a Games Workshop in there as well until that all got cleared out for the basically the eating area. I feel like I'm leaving on the camera. Under tight guard, I bet it bloody hell. Have you got your stub gun? Pepper spray, something, you know, just get away. Go on. Water bottle. A little water spray bottle. Hope they don't just no, fuck you, I'm gonna attack you anyway. Because your cats are semi-feral, dude. You got to remember and bear that in mind. They're not as lovely cats as they are. They're not. Yeah, let's see, little jungle cats safe. Then get your spray bottle out and get away. Not your turkey yet. You'll try and eat the bones, and the bones ain't good for you. The marrow might be, but the actual bones aren't. Oh, the most awkward bit is getting right up under the bloody capes. Like, it's not even like I can blame myself putting it together at first, because it's just printed this way. I don't have much of a choice. Okie dokies. We now have that went. I know it was a simple model. I'm not arguing with that. I'm just thinking that went a little too smoothly. You have these little CO2 canisters with motion detectors on them that we've got years ago. Set them on the counter, and anything approaches gets a hiss of CO2 in the cat's bowl. That is hilarious. Yeah, no, that's great. That is perfect. That will do. In fact, this is a paladin, isn't it? Can't see, but nice golden eyes. Oh, Catherine's getting a bit ballsy. Catherine needs to be shown what happens if you knock the CO2 thing down and you get wet. Need one that does squirty things, so that went remarkable. I'm going to zoom back out again because that makes sense now. Yeah, big size difference there, isn't there? But that went remarkably well for getting the... I needed to zoom in, so it's... Right, okay. I don't want to zoom in too much. But as a relative, it was relatively quick, this one. So, right, we have a paladin. We have a paladin to name people. Unnamed paladin. Oh no, still got some red to paint on it. Never mind, still got some red to paint. But I'm glad I took it off the cart to do this bit. I'll work getting to that with the cork there. And the red crotch cloth. I forgot the crotch cloth. I forgot the crotch cloth. So, this character has neither been given a male-female designation, nor has it been given a name. It is just a righteous fighter for justice. This may be lawful stupid. Too many blows to the head. So, intelligence dump stat. Constitution. I might just give it a straight +3 in Constitution. Hang on, right, yeah, that's your main stat. Everything else you've got to work out yourself. Junk flap, yeah. Crotch cloth. Dick drapes. Cunt curtains. Various names you can call that little bit of thing that drops down between your legs. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a look at what we've got so far, because a lot of these just need basing. The 3 water ones are going to take a while, but that's 5 there that are ready to be based. So, all looking a little bit distinct. All looking, even though the twin brothers are next, twin brothers is still a way to tell them apart. And again with the twin sisters, one being more goldy, and one having more of a pineapple actual nature, because being a what are they called? Druid. That's the one. Right, so where did I put Player's Handbook? Which I'm gonna have more spells to do for a fucking paladin now. And what are they? They're a ram. A ram. Let's figure out what type of paladin they're gonna be first. Before rogue. After monk. Way up the 4 elements monk. No. Right, paladin. Strength and charisma are what they tell you to do, and you don't get any fucking spells at first level. By the time you're at 7th, you've got some 2nd level spells. Well, some 2nd level spell slots. And how do you do your spell casting? Paladin table shows you how many spell slots you have for your paladin. To cast one of your paladin spell slots, To prepare the list of paladin spells available to you, you choose from the paladin list. You do so choose a number of paladin spells equal to your charisma modifier plus half your paladin level rounded down. So that's 3 plus whatever charisma modifier is. Right, okay. Fighting style. Ugh. There's going to be martial weapon and shield. Explorer's pack. It's gonna no javelins, no simple melee weapons. They're just getting an upgrade in armor. Yeah, so instead of getting, because you don't actually get any. You don't get given any armor to start with. Oh, the chainmail. Chainmail shit. I want to see him based up as well. See, I've almost finished once I've started the. Where's he gone? There he is. I want to start him, who I'm thinking monk, and then I've got a few more to start for the lower level, and I want to finish the water level off, and then all these can be based, and then I can start on the next level. Sacred Oath, right? At 3rd level, which we will get to, we'll take Sacred Oaths. Oath of Devotion binds you to the loftiest ideals of justice, virtue, and order, sometimes called Chevaliers, White Knights, or the Holy Knights. These paladins meet the ideals of knights in shining armour. Tenets of Devotion. And you get protection from good and evil, sanctuary, lesser restoration. Oath of the Ancients. A tenet of the Oath of the Ancients have been preserved. What have you got to do? Through your acts of mercy, kindness, and forgiveness, kindle light and hope in the world, beating back despair, shelter the light, preserve your own light, and be the light. Ensnaring strike, speak with animals, misty step, moonbeam. Okay. Oath of Vengeance, no. Don't want Oath of Vengeance. Channel Divinity, you get Nature's Wrath and Turn the Faithless at 7. Oh, so you get resistance to damage from spells and for you and everything with it. Yeah, so yeah. Path of the Ancients. For unnamed. Who do we got? Unnamed Paladin. Path of Ancients. Unnamed Paladin of Ancients. Whew, that was a fucking pain in the ass. Right, okay. Starting equipment. First of all, put Dex, Con, Intelligence, Wisdom, and Charisma. Yeah, I'm just going to go put straight 3 in Constitution. Put a 15 in Strength, 14 in Charisma, 13 in Con. 8 in Intelligence, 12 in Wisdom, and 10 in Dex. So that makes that a 16. And that's all it really. So, martial weapon and shield. She could be hiding a hammer behind that shield. Okay. Not getting the simple melee weapon off 5 anythings. Shield is holy symbol. I always just see the point of doing that. And I need to see the difference between plate mail and chainmail, don't I? So, heavy armor. Plate mail is an 18 AC. Chainmail is a 16. You need 15 strength. Does have. I'm going to go with splint mail. And then an adventurer's pack. So Christmas plus 2, so it's 3 plus 4, 5 spells. And no fucking cantrips by the looks of it. Which I'm not too happy about. PQRS, yes, so it's before the ranger. But after the fighter. There we go. Oh, at level 4 I get another plus 2, don't I? I'm going to look at the feats. Try and push that strength up to 16. And see if I can get a nice feat from somewhere. I can't remember where the fucking feats are. Go look at the front, lads. It does fucking help, doesn't it? Table of contents, feats. Feats 165, right, okay. Dexterity 13 or higher does not have. That does not give you +1 to strength. It's something that gives is suitable for a ram, but I want to also sort out that +1 to defense. Heavy armor master, which will put strength to 16. And reduce damage taken from non-magical weapons by 3. So that's nice. Cup of tea time. It's actually, seeing as what I've done tonight, I've actually started out, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters. Finished off 2, painted an extra 1. I think it's more than a cup of tea time, Buzzard. I think it's, I'm going to end the stream and go sit outside for half an hour, I think. Oh, my back is sore. But hydrating is a good idea. And just to finish the cup off. Oh, there we go. So we have more characters for one more character for the Magical World of Sparkles now. Yes, thank you very much for that piece of information as well, just to make sure I'm not getting those focus as much as possible. So we have a paladin and 2 fighters that need naming. I'm almost tempted to say the paladin's female. I'll take some photos of it tomorrow under good light, and we can see what we think, and we'll go with that. But for now, thank you very much for everybody who's joined. If you have enjoyed all this and wish to take part in the creative part of this, then please feel free to join the Discord. Hit it. It is free. I'm not locked behind a paywall. I'm not like that. So if you do wish to donate, I do have a Buy Me a Coffee link where you can make a donation to the store, to the channel. Any donations that come to the channel, I'm sorry, Bill T, because you did make the last one, but any donations will go towards third-party models and third-party retailers and suppliers, rather than going on me or to Games Workshop direct. I may get a Games Workshop product, I just won't buy them from there. So if you wish to make a donation, that is awesome. I also have an Amazon wish list with things that I regularly use and need, like airbrush thinner, brushes. Do have a couple of models and some scenery pieces that are quite cheap on there from TT Combat. Just if you'd like to see me work on that as a project, you can sling me that. Also, you can get in touch with Rogues Den Hobbies, and if you want me to paint something and send it to you, you can contact them and they will send it direct to me, because they can do that. But yes, that is the end of the stream for this evening. Thank you every single person for joining. Drive safe, and I will see you for Models and Musings on Monday.